Hey, how's it going, everybody? I just thought I'd drop another video. You guys know I like to watch movies and stuff, and I was going to play a video game, but I forgot I wanted to upload this movie. It's called Don't Come Home. It's on Netflix. It's labeled under language, smoking, and violence. This is a I think this is a Korean uh, series. Netflix, man, they be coming up with some good stuff. But anyway, uh, I think it has 8 episodes, if I ain't mistaken. Um, let's see, it's got 6 episodes. It's about this woman. She goes home. She has an abusive husband, and her daughter comes up missing. So each episode is Vari and Fa and the girl who disappeared, and then Canada, and then 1992, and then Don't Come Home is the last one. This is some. I was surprised, man. Let me see if I can break this down and say it to you the best way I can. So basically, this woman, she's leaving an abusive husband, and she goes home, and her mom had passed away, and she takes her daughter to this big house. This house is huge, and there's this caretaker there that's been taking care of the house for a long time, but he has an eye that looked like somebody stabbed him in his eye, and so he's there checking on her and stuff and helping her. And they got this big generator in there that keeps the electric on and stuff, but her daughter starts seeing visions of this woman that looks like she got burned up real bad, and it has some camera imagery in there. But there was this dungeon downstairs, way downstairs, that was locked up, and she didn't know that. Her mom kept down there, and she goes home because her husband is an abusive guy. He chokes her and stuff, so he took the daughter with him, with her, and she went to this house that says "Don't come home" right behind me. But when she gets there, the daughter starts seeing visions and stuff. And I was sitting there watching this movie. I was like, "Man, girl, why would you live in a house that big?" I mean, yeah, I'm all about women leaving somebody when they're in abusive. But man, she could have went somewhere else. But I guess that's the only place she had to go, right? So anyway, the little girl starts seeing all these visions and stuff, and then uh, there's this thing downstairs that her mom wakes up and her daughter's yelling and screaming, and this her daughter's bed's floating in the air. So when I'm first watching this movie, I'm thinking about some like demon stuff, right? But it wasn't nothing like that. What it was they were in a time, kind of like a time thing, where her mom had lost her daughter and her husband because her mom owned this big factory and she didn't want to be bothered with her husband and her mom. Okay, so they got killed. The mom was so upset that she realized that the thing that she had, I don't know what she had this thing downstairs for, but she was doing something with it to help her factory out. But what she started realizing that you could bring things from the past, and so she tried to bring her daughter back. When she did bring her daughter back, she brought her daughter back that had died, but her daughter was alive. This movie is a trip because when I'm watching this movie, I'm like, what's going on here? So what her mom did in 1992, she built this thing where she could like try to bring her daughter back. It's because she was so upset that she neglected her daughter, and her husband got killed in a car accident. But she ends up bringing back her daughter, but her daughter was full grown. But while she was trying to bring her daughter back, she brought her daughter's daughter back. So she thought, so her daughter that died, she brought her back, but she had died, but somehow she was messing with this machine, and her daughter ended up being alive, but never did bring the dad back. That's what threw me. You have to watch this because this is really weird, but it is very, very good. So this cop is trying to investigate it, which is this pregnant chick, and she got promoted because she was having sex with the captain, and the captain's married. Yeah, this movie's a trip. So it's well written, and it makes you stay with it. So while she's trying to solve the case, the chick that she met disappears too, because she gets sucked in this thing. And when she goes back to 1992 from 2024, her mom's looking at her and she goes, she's telling her mom, this is me. And her mom's like that, her mom couldn't believe it was her. But her mom, what I didn't understand about her mom was her mom already brought the little girl back from that thing. But now she brought the little girl's really biological mom back. And so this is how this movie's jumping back and forth. And it's hard to explain because it is really, really good. It goes back and forth. And then while the cop, she's pregnant by the captain who is married. So she's going through stuff, but she's trying to figure this thing out. She started figuring it out at the end. But the way this movie unfolds, there was this person that got killed in the house by the woman that owned the house, which was the girl that disappeared that went back to the house. And the girl that this unidentified body that the woman back in 1992 killed was the woman that this cop in the present time was trying to get in contact with because she was trying to help her recover her daughter. But when she brought that girl from 2024 back, it was the woman that was behind all this was the actual daughter. She was the actual mom, and she brought her daughter back that had passed. And so she didn't believe it. So they had an altercation, and she pushed her daughter off this balcony, and when she, and the chandelier was on fire, and it fell off from the roof and hit her in the face. The reason why I'm bringing this up because when the cop was trying to investigate who this unidentified body was that they never could understand, but it had these numbers. Well, when the cop gave that woman the number to her cell phone. So when she started digging towards the end of the season, in the episode, she looked and seen that it was the numbers that she gave that woman for her to call her. But she was like, how this woman, this unidentified body, which they said it was an intruder, got killed. What it was is the woman from 2024 was wanting her daughter back, and the mom, which was her mom, wouldn't let the girl have her daughter back because she wanted that little girl to be her daughter that she was trying to bring back. But her daughter was asking for her own daughter, which was the woman who was doing all this stuff and making these time loops. It was her actual daughter telling her, I am your daughter. You brought me back, but I want my daughter. And she killed her own daughter. And then you have to watch this movie because, man, this movie was a trip. It's the best way I can explain it to you. So at the end of this movie, there really ain't no happy ending at this movie because the cop, the girl that was investigating, she ended up, coming to herself, realizing she ain't gonna never get that captain because that captain ain't gonna never leave his wife. So, they got a baby together. So she ends up getting, at the end of the show, relocated to another precinct. And then there was a cop there that had a crush on her, but she told her, don't be wasting your time trying to chase me. You need to look after yourself. I kind of thought that was pretty cool because she was like saying, you don't want to get involved with this because I just had a child by our boss where she's leaving and going to another precinct. And this guy got a crush on her. He wants to get involved with her, but she just told him straight out that she's like, you don't want to get involved with me. You need to do your own thing because you're chasing like wind or something, But I liked how she did that line because, he liked her. But she knows like, dude, I just had a baby by our boss, which is my ex-boss, because she's going to a different police precinct over there in Hong Kong or wherever she's at. I think it's I don't know. This movie's either it's a Korean movie or a Japanese movie or something. I can't think of it. But anyway, it's over there in Southeast Asia somewhere. But I like how she told him that, because she's like, you want to try to get involved with this? Well, I just had a child by a guy that's married and got a family, and I got a kid by him. And she just looked at him and told him, you don't be chasing me. She just told him straight out, don't be chasing me. I thought that was pretty cool, because she's told him, you don't really know what you're getting yourself into, because that really is a mess. So that's how it was left. But then what I did like about this movie, that there really wasn't no happy ending in this movie. But she realized that the body that was in this cold case, that the unidentified body was the girl that she was previously talking to in prison. And somehow she got killed. And then when she looked and went into evidence box, because, all cold cases got a box and got all this stuff from the case. And she had seen her cell phone number, and they didn't have cell phones was in its infancy in 1992. Yeah, it was in its infancy in 1992. You understand what I'm saying? So she was like, so she knew then that the woman that ended up raising the child, so it went on after, here's the kicker. So after, I was like, well, how you wrapping all this up? I'm saying to myself. This is what I'm saying to myself, right? So she, after it's over, it shows how she raised the little girl after she killed her own daughter, which she didn't know, that she thought it was some intruder, but she brought that woman back from 2024. She just wanted her daughter back, but she wouldn't give her back, so she pushed her and killed her. And then when the cops got there, they couldn't figure out who she was, because there was no identification, because she was from 2024. So she has this child from 2024 back in 1992, and she raises it. And then as she gets older, she starts getting either Alzheimer's or Parkinson's or something like that. And so she ends up looking at her. She goes, when she started raising that girl, that little girl that was the girl of the mom that she killed, which was her real daughter, she started realizing that woman that she killed was her daughter. And then because the daughter that she was raising kept looking like the woman that she killed, and it just freaked her out. And so that's how this movie ends. And then it shows her going back to the house, because it shows her graduating from school and going to police academy, and then she ends up meeting that guy, and she has a baby by him. What I'm thinking. And then it shows how he abuses her, and then it shows how she's in the car and going to the house. And then it shows a little girl in the back says, "Mommy, where are we going?" Now, this is the best way I can explain it, because you have to watch this, because this is a well-made, very well-made 6 episode. I don't know if this is Korean or Japanese or anything like that, but man, it was in English, but you could tell they was, dubbed it. But man, I tell you, this was very interesting. So anyway, I just thought I'd drop that. It's called Don't Come Home or something like that. I think that's what it's called. If I'm mistaken. What was it called? Yeah, I gotta figure out what it was called, because I got it behind me right here. Yeah, let's see what it says. Yep, Don't Come Home. Anyway, you guys get a chance, check this out, because it was the best way that I can explain it. It has a lot to do with time jumping, okay? But what I don't understand about this movie is their mom, that woman should have known that girl come from somewhere. And she kept telling her that, she goes, "I'm your daughter." And she goes, "You're not my daughter." But she was full grown. Because when her daughter died, she was a little girl, the same age as the little girl that she took from the woman that won her real child back, which she brought from the 2024 back to 1992. This movie is a trip. I strongly recommend y'all watch this movie. Trust me. I think you'll enjoy it. Very well made. I mean, very, very well made. I mean, it's all of them are like 49, 47, 43. Let me see. The first one is 49 minutes. The second one is 47 minutes. Third one is 43 minutes. The fourth one is 40 minutes. The fifth one's 42 minutes, and the sixth one is 49 minutes. So the first one was 49 minutes, and the last one was 49 minutes. So, pardon me, I got something in my eye. But anyway, don't come home. Wow. Man, this is very, very, very. I'm telling you, man. I've been wanting to drop this video, and I'm telling you, man. I know I got an odd way of talking about something, but if you're interested in this movie, it's on Netflix, and it's a very, very, very well made series. Be blessed.